Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Now she can rest in peace.
This afternoon, we have live team coverage on what happened inside and outside the courtroom this morning as that decision was announced by the judge. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bridget Ellison.
And I'm Justin Mormouth. Let's start with News 6's Nadine Yanis live for us. And Nadine, you were in the courtroom when this all came down. What was that like?
Justin, the judge herself said that this has been a long road coming. All of that anticipation over the last 5 years, building up into that moment inside the courtroom when the judge walked in and sentenced Markeith Loyd to death for the Lieutenant Clayton's murder. There was an audible gasp coming from who I believe was Lieutenant Clayton's sister on that side of the courtroom. Loyd then looking up and once again going on yet another nonsensical tangent. Let's get you inside that courtroom this morning. The judge walking in and imposing her sentence on 5 separate counts, including count 1, first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer for the killing of Orlando Police Lieutenant Debra Clayton, gunned down more than 5 years ago. That's sparking a manhunt that lasted 9 days long back in January of 2017. Loyd already serving 2 life sentences for murdering his pregnant ex-girlfriend, Sade Dixon. Now he's officially on death row, where as Orange County Sheriff John Mina, who was then Orlando Police Chief, said he'll be spending the next 23 hours a day, every day, in a cell until he dies.
All these families have suffered. Debra Clayton's family has suffered. Sade Dixon's family has suffered. Norm Lewis's family has suffered, all because of the evil actions of Markeith Loyd. And our community here has suffered. Our law enforcement community has suffered. So you know what? Now it's time for Markeith Loyd to suffer for 23 hours a day in a cell.
We're just fortunate. I don't think the public appreciates how difficult the outcome here today is. In the time we live in, and it should be, I understand that. But all the stars have to align, and I think the bottom line is Debra Clayton was a very special person. And I think the jurors recognized that, and that was that their verdict was on her behalf.
And that was Prosecutor Ryan Williams. It's important to note that Loyd's lead attorney, Terry Lenneman, offered no comment as he walked out of court today. But we're told there are already many appeals in this case, as you can imagine. This case, one of the many central to Florida's death penalty law. We have much more from court coming up in News 6 at 4 this afternoon.